What's up, Steeler Nation? Boy, oh boy, was that one um 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 heartache game right there. But man, what am I miss these Steelers, man. I miss these Steelers so much. I will take these Pittsburgh Steelers, man. It's not a Steelers win without a heartache. It's not a Steelers win without that heart rate going a billion miles per hour. But you know what? The Pittsburgh Steelers got it done at the end. It's always a hard way, but we get it done. And man, I can't give TJ Watt enough credit. The man obviously deserves the money, and he proved it tonight. Two huge sacks at the end. One to give the ball back to the Steelers. Unfortunately, they didn't do anything with it. And the other one, and yeah, two sacks in overtime. And then the other one was, this wasn't really a sack, but it was a strip. So he got a sack to give the ball back to us in overtime. And then he got the strip right there at the end that Devin Bush recovered and set up, obviously, the chip shot Chris Boswell field goal to win the game. Final of 23-20, Pittsburgh Steelers in dramatic fashion. But it's not a Steelers game without a heartache, Steeler Nation. We know this, man, but I miss this Steelers team. I'll take this Steelers team over the Steelers team we were seeing during that 3-game winning streak any day of the week. Say what you want. Yes, we blew a 14 point lead in the second half, but it is what it is. It's about how you finish. It's not about how you start. Anyways, we started off, the first quarter ended 0-0 score. Second quarter, offense finally started warming up, started feeding the ball to Najee Harris. Running game was gradually beginning to go. And finally, we got the ball in the end zone on a Najee Harris receiving touchdown to make the score 7-0. And then after that, we put together another long drive that was capped off by, believe it or not, a rushing touchdown. Not only was the name surprising, but how he got in the end zone. A rushing touchdown from our tight end, Eric Ebron, to put us up 14-0. And Eric Ebron has had a rough year so far. And just good for him to get that touchdown. Hopefully this touchdown can signal good things to come for Eric Ebron. So congrats to Eric Ebron on, getting a touchdown in this game. Hopefully, like I said, it's the beginning of good things, because we want all of our Steelers players to perform. We don't cheer against them, man. I don't cheer against Eric Ebron. As much of an impact that Freiermuth has been at the tight end position, I'm still cheering on anybody that dons that black and gold uniform. And good for Eric Ebron to get us that touchdown. It was much needed, to start off the game 14-0. I like this trend by the Pittsburgh Steelers. Yes, we didn't score in the first quarter as we did in the previous two games, but we got a 14-0 advantage. It was a pretty solid second quarter for the Pittsburgh Steelers. They go into halftime 14-0. Going into the third quarter was pretty rocky. It's almost like the defense forgot how to tackle, do some fundamental things right. And the Seahawks on the very first drive were able to march down the field. A name that we never thought would become an impact in this game. Alex Collins was just shredding us on that very first possession of the second half. I mean, the guy had a crazy game. I don't have his statistics. I'll bring them up in my preview. I'll probably bring them up tomorrow. I'll probably have an extension video tomorrow to recap on this game, since next week we're having a bye. So we will recap on this game tomorrow. And Sorry, I got a text message. But anyways, got a little distracted there. But anyways, yeah, I'll follow up, go over statistics, fundamental stuff. But yeah, man, Alex Collins, dude, guy came out of nowhere, was really lighting it up in the third quarter. He did end up capping that drive off with a touchdown, but the guy definitely was a thorn in our arse in the third quarter. He got a touchdown. Their second touchdown to cut the lead to 3. We ended up following up with a Boswell field goal. Very clutch. No, that wasn't the clutch one I'm talking about, but it was followed up by a Boswell field goal to put us up 17-14. But then the Seahawks put together another drive, shredding us once again on the ground. That was capped off with a Will Disley, the Seahawks tight end, was capped off with a touchdown from him. Throughout the game, even though he didn't get in the end zone, Deontay Johnson just keeps getting better and better. And I would have to say, he has officially replaced who, number 84. I'm not even going to bring his name up, but he has officially replaced that guy as our go-to guy in the receiving game. Yes, Claypool is still a big target, but this was not a good game for Claypool. On the 50-50 balls, he dropped he dropped some balls that he has to catch, but he's only going to get better. I still think he's a young receiver going through growing pains. But yeah, Deontay Johnson, crazy game. I will go over his stats tomorrow. But yeah, he had some clutch catches in this game. Even though he didn't get in the end zone, he was a huge factor for us in this game. Just another great performance by Deontay Johnson. Pat Freiermuth, I still thought he should have been targeted more in this game, but yes, we're slowly getting him more involved in the playbook, and I'm so happy because he's clutch every time Ben throws a ball to him, and I think he could be very dangerous going deeper into the season and be that guy to really deliver that clutch reception against opposing defenses. I mean, yeah, this guy I think is the second. I'm not going to compare him to Heath Miller, but I think he has the impact that Heath Miller had. He reminds me a lot of Heath Miller. Let's just say that. The guy reminds me a lot of Heath Miller. He was targeted more, not as much as I wanted him to be targeted. And I'm also glad that we also threw some passes to Balaj, who I thought, had some great moments in the game. But yeah, just a great performance. I think all around on both sides of the ball, but you just cannot. It was taken over by TJ Watt. The last couple of minutes of this game were just taken over by TJ Watt. Like I said, the huge sack to give us back the ball in overtime, and then the strip, the strip for a fumble that was recovered by Devin Bush, huge. I mean, TJ Watt was a big factor. I mean, can't say enough about the importance of having Cameron Hayward on our defense. He had some batted down balls. He had a huge sack in this game. I believe it was the fourth quarter, but yeah, he had a huge sack in the game. He was an impact on defense, but I really want to give, got to give the game ball to TJ Watt, but you can't say enough about Chris Boswell. And also you can't say enough about Najee Harris, who is just being Najee Harris. Najee Harris, when the game was tied at 17, Najee Harris we were out of field goal range because of a penalty. We were knocked out of field goal range. Najee Harris ended up catching a reception on third and long, catching a reception from Ben Roethlisberger, and then running for more yards after the catch. Yes, he was just shy of the first down, which would have been more huge. But Najee Harris's big third down reception really was a difference maker in this game. It set up a clutch 52-yard field goal by Chris Boswell towards the closed end of Heinz Field that put us up 20-17. Yes, the Seahawks later on tied the game up at 20, but I thought that was really clutch because Seahawks get the ball back the way things were going for them in the second half. They probably go down the field and at least they get they break the tie with a they break the tie with a field goal. And also Ben Roethlisberger played a pretty decent game. He only had one turnover, and it was I mean, I agree with the officials. It was a pump fake that slipped out of his hand. And unfortunately, that was a fumble right there. It was reviewed by the officials. The Seahawks challenged it. It was reviewed, and then it was turned over. It was originally ruled a incomplete pass. With the tuck rule thing, but no, the ball, it was a pump fake, slipped out of his hand. Unfortunately, it was challenged by the Seahawks. Seahawks got the ball back. Pittsburgh Steelers, the Steelers step up and don't even give away a field goal. They actually knocked the Seahawks out of field goal range, force a 3 and out, and that was huge right there. That could have hurt us right there. That turnover could have hurt us. It ended up didn't hurt us. The defense found its mojo from there, and then it led to, we all know who, TJ Watt being TJ Watt when it really mattered with the strip, and then the recovery by Devin Bush. Just clutch, man. What a game. I am drained, but drained in a very exciting way. I wish I could celebrate, but I have to go to bed pretty soon. I had to share this with you. I know Steeler Nation, you all enjoyed the game, but it came with a price, as we know, but I miss the Steelers team. It's not a Steelers win without a heartache, and what a win, dude. We're back on the saddle at 3-3, going to our bye on a winning note. And then after that, we prepare for the Cleveland Browns, who also lost today. They got blown out by the Arizona Cardinals. And I mean, we're not going to talk about the Arizona Cardinals, but man, they are clearly the best team in football right now. That's an amazing football team, but they did us a favor, helped us tie up with the Cleveland Browns at 3-3. But man, there's a lot more work to do, but it's good to be back at 500 again. It's good to put a string of wins together, but there's more winning to do, Steeler Nation. But let's celebrate this one for this week. I live here in Washington State. Gonna be a lot of frustrated Seahawks fans here, but that's life, man. But I'm gonna be wearing my Steelers gear proudly here in the Pacific Northwest. And everybody have a good night and enjoy this win. Let's go, Steelers. Let's do this. All right, everybody have a good one.